Mom deserves the best, and there's no better place to shop for Mother's Day than Whole Foods Market. They're your destination for unbeatable savings, from premium gifts to show-stopping flowers and irresistible desserts. Start by saving 33% with Prime on all body care and candles. Then get a 15-stem bunch of tulips for just $9.99 each with Prime. Round out Mom's menu with festive rosé, irresistible berry chantilly cake, and more special treats. Come celebrate Mother's Day at Whole Foods Market.
Today on CityCast Madison. It's Thursday, so of course we are dishing about Madison's food scene. There's a new food destination spot, and it's not a farm-to-table restaurant. Are you ready for farm-to-grocery? Vitruvian Farms is a certified organic mushroom and vegetable farm that now, as of late last year, also has a physical grocery store on their farm site. They even sell prepared foods in case you want to make a day of it and picnic on their beautiful grounds. CityCast Madison's Bianca Martin sat down with co-owner of Vitruvian Farms, Tommy Stauffer, to learn about the new venture and, among other things, asked him about his favorite vegetable. It's Thursday, May 9th. I'm Phil Circus, and here's what Madison's talking about.
Tommy, hello.
Hi, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Of course, it's so great to have you. And, your farm's known for selling veggies all across Madison and in the Madison area for more than a decade. But now you have a whole lot more, including a grocery store on your farm. What made you decide to run a retail store?
So yeah, you are totally right. We've been a farm now for 14 years.
Hey!
The majority of that time has been selling directly to restaurants in the Madison community. That's kind of how we got our start. And then once we started to figure out how to farm a little bit, we started a CSA program, started selling to a farmer's market maybe 7-8 years ago. And then in 2020, post kind of the beginning of the pandemic, we had to switch up what we were doing. Every restaurant we sold to shut down or went extremely limited with takeout options. And we kind of hit a crossroads of what is the future of our farm? How do we survive not only this, but take this moment to decide what's the future of the farm? And something that we've thought about for many years is how to offer our produce to more people directly in the community. And so it began with an online store in March of 2020. With that, we started a pickup system here at the farm where people could drive through, grab a food order. And then shortly after that, we started a home delivery service, delivering to most of Dane County. And right away, we recognized the real opportunity and demand for getting local produce and other food items directly to the Madison community. And with that success and that realization, we began pretty quickly a real plan of ours to hopefully someday open a place on the farm so that people could connect directly to where their food was grown. And that buying place was the same as the growing place. And so in November of last year, we opened our farm store right here on the farm in McFarland.
Nice. Yeah, I feel like the first time I heard your name, Vitruvian Farms, was when I was working at Merchant. I don't know, maybe 8 years ago, something like that. And the whole farm to kitchen table restaurant thing was kind of blowing up. And I ate your greens this morning, like from a totally different place. So really, y'all are everywhere. And it sounds like, Vitruvian Industries. Can you talk about what sorts of things are you carrying at the physical store?
First and foremost, what we're trying to offer is a spot to get really high quality, certified organic vegetables and mushrooms that we grow directly to people. So we have over 400 other products outside of what we grow. Everything from bread and dairy and meat and eggs and prepared goods and dry goods like grains. We're trying our best to fill as much of what you would need to fill a shopping cart. But almost everything in our store is Wisconsin grown or made. Most of it within that is Dane County made, which is really cool.
And what kind of numbers are you seeing in terms of folks that come in? Like, as it sounds like this isn't just like a little mom and pop shop. Y'all are are going big.
It's definitely, it's not like walking into a Willie Street Co-op when you think about how many people are in there. But, we probably have 100 to 150 people who come through every day.
Wow.
And I think that number is going to grow as people begin to learn about what we're doing, as we continue to venture into what does the space look like beyond the grocery store. We really want to find this opportunity in more and more ways to connect people to their food and where their food is grown. So that could include more events, that could include maybe some sort of entertainment space in the future, but trying to find opportunities to bring people to the farm and connect them directly to, wow, my food is grown right there and I can buy it right there. And it's all coming together.
And why is that so important to you? Why should it be important to others?
I think that building community is really important in any walk of life that you're doing, any aspect of your day. I think there's opportunities to connect more with the things that interact with your life. And I think so often food is seen by many as the thing you do to the fuel you need to get on with your day. And I believe, and I think we believe here, that food is an experience and food is an opportunity to connect people. And there's nothing more beautiful to pulling a radish or a turnip out of the ground and eating it right in the field when it's still warm and still has a little bit of dirt on it. It's something really humbling. It's something that feels very core to who we are. And I've found that as people continue to see that space or they have a garden of their own, it just continues to build this excitement and this fulfillment that food brings in your life.
I love that. That took me back to eating a fresh radish for the first time, just like something straight out of someone's garden. It really is a different experience. So are you thinking about the store as a space for, your McFarland neighbors to do their grocery shopping with you? Like this will be Destination Vitruvian Farms?
I think there's two different areas at which we want to attract customers to come out. I think we wanted to provide a space for people who live fairly close to us, whether that's Monona, McFarland, Stoughton, Oregon, that we can be the high quality, certified organic, local option. A lot of the stores in our area not only don't focus on that, but that's not really options. And so they're driving 20 minutes to the co-op or downtown if that's what they want. And we've all of a sudden cut that distance down to 5 minutes or less. And I think being able to pair the idea of, hey, come out to us first if you live close by, do as much shopping as you can, and then go hit up the grocery store to get those things that we don't and probably will never carry. But then there's also a segment that I think we're just starting to figure out, how do we make a space that's desirable for someone in Middleton or someone in Waunakee to come out? And that's where starting to develop events, opportunities for people to come out and actually see the farm on a more structured level. For example, this summer, we're doing 2 events for sure called Farm Days at Vitruvian. And the whole idea is bring out you, your family, your friends. We'll have a food truck. We'll have vendors that are, the local people that are making these products. We'll have them out doing samples. We'll have tours all day. Maybe we'll have some music. But this idea of maybe this is also a destination space as well.
Are there dates for those days?
There are. The first 2 for sure are going to be Saturday, June 15th and Saturday, July 20th.
I want to come.
At Evernorth Health Services, we believe costs shouldn't get in the way of life-changing care, and we're doing everything in our power to make it possible. Behavioral health solutions that also keep your projections at their best? It's possible. Pharmacy benefits that benefit your bottom line? It's possible. Complex specialty care that cares about your ROI? It's possible. Because we're already doing it. All while saving businesses billions. That's Wonder made possible. Learn more at evernorth.com/wonder.
You've got longstanding relationships with local groceries that you supply produce to. Are you, in works with them? Have they shared any feelings about this and you opening your store?
We are really big partners with the Willie Street Co-op. We have been since 2014. Every year we grow with what we offer them. I don't want to limit people's opportunity to buy local and buy high quality. And what we like to say here is that we're not trying to fight over the same piece of the pie. We're trying to grow the pie. And I want to say it's less than 5% of people who buy organic.
Wow.
Don't quote me on that. That I know it's a very low number nationwide. Now, Madison is likely higher than that as a percentage, but it's still a small percentage. And I want to try to convince more and more people to shop at our farm, to shop at the Willie Street Co-op, to shop at these local groceries that are supporting local high quality makers. And I think that what I found with, say, for example, gardening, we've had a lot of people say, well, if someone starts gardening, won't they buy less from you? And what we found and what I believe is that if you start gardening, you develop an appreciation and understanding of the difference, and then you can't go back. Now that's all I can buy. And you know what? Farming and growing food is really hard. And all of a sudden now I need to have that. And now I'm going to get it from you. And we found that the people who garden buy more from us because that's what they want to have in their lives. And I think that's the same thing with us opening the store. We're just another opportunity for people to really become accustomed to the local high quality options. And then when they're downtown, they go, well, I have to shop at those places because I can't not buy that anymore.
A rising tide lifts all boats.
Exactly.
And also people saving gas and CO2 emissions. Sounds good to me.
Well, not to mention that when you're in our store, you can look out the window and see the greenhouses. So we're literally down food miles have been changed to food feet. And it's walking distance for our farm staff to bring the produce into the building. So we're getting down to about as small as you can get for food miles.
Yes, I love it. And do you live on the farm?
Yes, I personally do. Sean Kuhn is also one of the owners of the farm, and he does not. He still lives downtown and loves being connected right on the Madison scene. But a few years ago, my wife and I moved out to the farm, and that also has been a very beautiful combination. We're very lucky because this used to be a tree nursery long before we were a farm.
Oh my goodness.
And the farm owners were very intentional about putting up beautiful trees to separate the house from the farm.
Okay.
And it's nice because it feels like my own little rural oasis without feeling like I'm staring at, the farm all day and thinking about what needs to be done.
That's amazing. Yeah, best of both worlds. I was going to say, what is it like opening up your home to the public?
It's both awesome and a little dangerous sometimes to have a grocery store in your backyard. Because when you have the keys, you can get chocolate chop ice cream at all hours of the night.
Oh, no.
And I will not say I will say it hasn't been one, two, or it's been a handful of times that it's been like, well, it is right there.
It's right there. That's hilarious. I mean, I've got a corner store that's not too far from me that I get ice cream at last minute. So, but yeah, even closer, that's powerful and dangerous. So what are you guys growing right now?
Our farm is incredibly bountiful already. It's quite incredible. We have 8 greenhouses on the property, which are full, right? I mean, one of our origins was salad greens. That's kind of where we got our start with restaurants. So a lot of what we're doing is salad greens, spinach, arugula, a baby kale mix. And a lot of that is either in our farm store, going to the Monona Farmers Market, or going to restaurants right now. But right now, I just was out in the greenhouse checking in with the crew, and we're harvesting salad turnips and radishes and bok choy and head lettuce, bunching spinach. It's really taking off fast. And it's kind of interesting. A lot of people see the warm weather in April and they think, oh, it's spring, summer is here.
Right.
Where is my local food? And, we do season extension, but the primary bounty doesn't really start till June or July. You don't start seeing, tomatoes and peppers and a lot of those summer crops you might think of with the growing season. We planted those things in end of March, early April. They're starting to take off, but I think we're really, really excited about what we have. I think it's cool when you're eating seasonally where some things that you might not be really interested in the bounty of the season when there are all those main summer crops, things like kale or Swiss chard or bok choy that maybe you don't think about when you think about summer. It's like you're so hungry for fresh things in April, living in a seasonal climate like we have, that they're just like the most delicious things ever. You consume them like crazy for a month, and then you're like, okay, I can't handle any more of that for a while. Now I'm just going to only eat tomatoes. I'm going to only eat peppers. And it's kind of fun because then you eat really hard on a couple things really seasonally, and then you're off of it for a while. Right now it's asparagus, it's ramps, it's about to be rhubarb. It's all these fun, like, welcome to spring. And I really enjoy this time because it feels like you come out of dormancy and start eating fresh again.
It's true. Our senses are coming alive, and then to have, to eat, that's the full circle. Everyone's walking around smelling the flowers, but then to eat it, it's a special moment. And then by the time you get sick of it, soon enough, you won't have the option to have access to it. And then you'll miss it again. And
yeah, if you're eating seasonally and locally, I mean, it's one thing in our farm store that we're really trying to hold true to, is that we aren't going to offer things that aren't available locally. We don't have strawberries in the store right now. We're never going to have lemons in the store. These aren't the things that we are going to be carrying. We're going to be carrying, when it comes to vegetables and fruits, they're going to be coming from local farms when they are in peak season. And so, we have built relationships with really well-known strawberry farms in the area, like Carindale Fruit Farm in Oregon, and Warm Belly Farm in Fort Atkinson. And we're building up a relationship where what they have excess of that isn't going directly to the people coming to their farm is going to come to us. And then we're going to be that really great offering, but it's only going to be for the true bounty of strawberries, it's going to be 3 to 4 weeks. And it's like, buy your fresh, buy extra, freeze them. And, when they're out of season, I personally do not eat fresh strawberries when they are out of season locally, because I don't think they're very good. And I want to support the local operations, and I want to eat them in the way that our local seasonal environment intends it to.
Yeah, I think that's so fair and so real. Like, to eating a tasteless strawberry. Ugh. And it also makes me think people coming in would be able to get kind of an education about local foods and their seasons. Where can people find information about that? Like, outside of like coming in every week?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Obviously, you can when you go to farmers markets, you can ask your farmer, like, what's coming up, what's something that I should expect for the season. Obviously, there's a lot of information online. You can Google of like when to expect these things in your climate. But, obviously a great option is to come to our farm store. And if you want to eat seasonally, what we want to build this trust with the people coming to our store, is that when they walk in, they trust that what we're offering is local, it's seasonal, and we've done that vetting for them. They don't have to come in and figure out, okay, I need to figure out everything here. Is this going to be local? Is this organic? It's like they come in, we're trying to be very good with our displays, and then we're trying to do that vetting. Is it high quality? It's got to be high quality. If it's not, it's not coming in our store. Is it local? Is it good? Is it beneficial for the environment where it's possible? We're trying to find all these ways where we can develop a trust with our buying community and say, hey, we've done a lot of research and effort here to provide you with not everything, but what we think is a great list of offerings that check these boxes.
Yeah. So y'all, that's part of the service.
Yeah. It's not an intentional, like, we're blasting it out to the world kind of idea, but really we're trying to build as many opportunities for people to say, by coming to the farm, by shopping from us, here's some things that you're intrinsically doing. You're going to be supporting local businesses. You're going to be eating high quality foods, and you're going to be likely eating, for many things, certified organic products as well.
All right, here comes the political part of the conversation. What's your favorite vegetable?
Oh.
What's interesting is that changes quite regularly when I discover new vegetables and how to use them. When I started farming and we did this process, I don't think I got into it because I liked food that much. I developed a love for vegetables. I developed a love for, I was convinced I did not like mushrooms.
Wow.
And I started growing them. And even when I started growing them, I'm like, I don't know. And it wasn't until I had them cooked really well by people that, a lot of times going to nice restaurants in Madison and trying things that we were selling to them and being like, whoa, I've never had this before like this. wait, I actually love mushrooms. What was I thinking? Right now in this time of year, my number one thing is fresh salad turnips. They're also known as hakuri turnips. Many people are used to turnips as these big storage root crops that kind of have like a purple ring to it a little bit. They're very dense. They hold up really well, so they're great for fall, winter eating, for roasting. But salad turnips are soft, juicy. You eat them raw. They're lightly sweet. They have this light earthy, but a hint of bite to them. They're just wonderful. And it wasn't until a few years ago that we grew these things and we're like, wait a minute, like I've never had a turnip like this. And so we just had our first harvest this past week of those for the season. And it's like fireworks start going off in my brain when I eat it.
Well, you know what? It sounds like so people can come and they're at the store because you just had the harvest.
Yep. They're at the store. They're available online for home delivery. They're going to be at the farmer's market this Sunday in Monona.
Tommy, this has been such a pleasure talking with you.
It's been wonderful. Thanks for having me. And one last thing to everybody, support your local bakers, buyers, producers. They're incredible people. And every bit of support you can choose to give them makes a huge difference for them and for the success of what they're doing.
That was Tommy Stauffer, co-owner of Vitruvian Farms located in McFarland. If you want to learn more about Vitruvian Farms and details like when and how to visit, head to our show notes for a link. That's all for today here on CityCast Madison. I'm Phil Circus. If you enjoy the show, why not share this episode with someone who can keep a good beat? And by beat, I mean B-E-E-T. Never mind. We'll be back tomorrow with more stories from around the city. And until next time, buy local.